you ever had a giant blank wall staring at you and you didn't know how to fill space? Well, neither have I, but if you ever do come across this problem, I just may have a solution. Pixel art. Because why not? I know a lot of my audience especially likes to erect statues to identify their base. Well, if you don't really have room for that, a nice piece of pixel art on the wall will do the job too. I thought this would be a cool way to identify your base, as well as just use to decorate the wall, or whatever you want to do with it. Plus it makes for a much easier video to edit for a change. So here are some ideas for some wall decorations, emblems, logos, whatever you want to call them, that you can use in your world/base. I think it's fairly obvious, but you'll want to use a block type that has a slab and stair variant, and all of the designs I'm showing you will fit in an 11 by 11 area, so it's not extremely large, but also not extremely small so that we can actually fit in some detail. Feel free to skip around the video to find a design that you like the best, but the first one we're going to do is a small wolf. All of these designs, I do have the center block outlined in white on the left, so it's easier to know where to start if you're doing it on a wall. Just saying that now so I don't have to say it later. And I'm pretty sure this is the smallest design of all of these. It doesn't fill up the entire space and it's super simple. I actually did try building it a little bit bigger, but the smaller one actually worked out really well, so I just left it at this scale. And you're gonna see me fly through all of these really quick because they are that simple. They're just one flat piece of art. So on to the next one, which is going to be a cat. It's a little bit bigger than the wolf, but still within that 11 by 11 area. And I just wanted to do a cat because I figured why not? Since I did a wolf/dog, might as well do a cat for any cat people out there. Now, if you have some kind of underwater base or underwater area, how about a dolphin? I'm actually a bit surprised that I was able to get this shape looking so good because dolphins for me are one of the harder things to get the shape right, but I actually did a pretty good job for this scale and not gonna lie, it looks very nice. If dolphins really aren't your thing, but you still want the underwater theme, then how about a seahorse? Something about the silhouette of a seahorse just looks so nice as a piece of flat art, even if it's just a solid color. It just has a very unique shape, so I like working with this shape. You'll find that most of these are animals, but I did try to mix in a few objects too. It was just hard to think of anything very creative. But I tried to design a crown. I actually did several different designs for a crown. This one is fairly simple. Just note that that bottom row is a bunch of stairs that's facing towards you. You're welcome to try to come up with your own design. They're really not that complicated to come up with. And it does make a very nice piece of wall decor that you can put in your base or even in a throne room. That would look really nice. If sitting on a throne is not your thing, you can always be a Viking with this Viking Helmet design, which again is a very, very simple, straightforward. I feel like all of these are. Why do I have to keep saying that? Maybe I don't. But I will say again that those stairs along the bottom are going to be facing towards you, and I wish I didn't have to clarify that, but really I have no better way of showing it in a blueprint right now. Next we're going to do a little sword in an 11 by 11 space. This was the best I could come up with. You'll notice that there is a single slab closer to the tip instead of a stair. I did that on purpose just to make it look slightly thinner towards the tip so it wasn't the stairs all the way down. And of course you are welcome to tweak my designs as much as you see fit, but just so you are aware, yes, that slab down there, it was not an accident. It was on purpose. Next we're going to attempt to do a dragon in this space, and to make it easier on myself I'm just going to do the head of the dragon, but also adding a little flair with the fire coming out of the mouth to help distinguish that it is a dragon since we don't really have many other distinguishing features. I did try to do a full-scale dragon with wings and this space was just way too small for something like that, but I do like how this design turned out and I think it does serve its purpose well. Now I'll show you the design I showed at the beginning, which is supposed to be a phoenix, or my attempt at doing a phoenix at this scale. Really, it's just a lot of flared, feathered wings and just lots of crazy detail going on the side of the wings just to look as feathery and fiery as possible. This next one, if it's not obvious, it's supposed to be the face of an axolotl, and I don't know if it actually looks very good or not, but I'm including it because you can see it once I tell you that it's an axolotl. I just don't know if it's distinguishable at first sight. I did try a couple different variations with the eyes. You could make them really big like this, or you could replace those inside stairs with full blocks and make the eyes a little narrower, but I personally like the larger eyes because it does make it look a lot cuter. Next is my attempt at doing a snake, and you'll see I even try to make the tail loop around a little bit, even though it looks very square. At this scale, that is the best you can do, and from a distance, it actually doesn't look too bad. It still does look like a snake. Next, I want to try to do an actual knight, like a knight riding a horse, but that was proving to be way too difficult at this size, so instead, I just did a chess piece of a knight. And I actually think this turned out really surprisingly well. And again, watch out for those stairs underneath. They are going to be turned towards you, and I tried to make that as obvious as possible. Next one we're doing is a swan, and I do really like how this one turned out. Again, really simple. I don't really have much else to say about it. It's a very floofy swan. And finally, I saved my favorite for last, and it's going to just be a tree symbol, which could look however you want it to. It's really just rearranging the stairs and slabs to get all kinds of interesting shapes with the branches and stuff. But I really like how my particular design turned out, and it looks especially good on the back of this wall here, especially with these colors. I don't know if anyone's going to find this tutorial actually useful, but this is the kind of stuff that I like to incorporate in my worlds and my builds. I like to try to incorporate as many two-dimensional as well as three-dimensional organic shapes as possible, and I think it really does just add an extra bit of detail that you couldn't really get with anything else. But keep in mind, you don't have to use these on a wall. You could use them as statues too, if you're okay with just having a flat statue in the middle of a courtyard or something. So I hope you find some use for these very simple pixel art designs. Let me know what you think, which one of these you like the best, and if you're actually going to use these, because I'm genuinely curious if I'm the only one out there who likes to do this kind of thing or not. I will see you later. Goodbye.